Um, so, we go through this, and I haven't really leading up to this game. I haven't really um, talked too much about the defense, so I want to go ahead and do that. Uh, I've talked about Dak, I've talked about Jason Garrett, I've talked about Ezekiel Elliott a little bit, um, but here's the thing with our defense. Uh, our defense, our defense are world beaters. They really are. Um, I mean, they held Drew Brees to 10 points. Um, and the question for me is more so on our secondary than our pass rush. Jared Goff and those Rams receivers are lighting it up. ESPN is trying to hype up Gurley versus Elliott. I'm not really buying into that. I think just like I said a couple of videos ago, the matchup that you're going to want to look for is Goff versus the Cowboys defense. Because I don't know that you want to be in a situation where Dak is having to keep pace with the Rams offense. He certainly can do it. He's certainly proven time and time again that he can keep pace in those high-scoring shootout type games when he needs to. But especially in an environment like this on the road, you don't have a lot of the same luxuries that you have at home. But two things that travels: a running game travels, and defense travels. So I think if we're going to be successful, our defense is going to have to hold it down. Ron Marinelli is going to have to get those boys playing, and I think they can. Byron Jones really worries me sometimes, and he's Byron Jones is a guy that I think he's become somewhat of a de facto leader. Um, but his talent, not his talent, but because he's a talented guy, but his decision making as of late has got me really, quite frankly, just wondering about him. I mean, you're talking about a guy that whenever they went and celebrated on the Star, there was only one guy that went over there and said, "No, fuck y'all ain't doing this," and that was Byron Jones. Byron Jones was the only guy on the entire defense to go and stop them from celebrating on the Star. So I think that says something about him and about his character. Obviously, he loves being here. He loves who he plays for. He loves representing the fans and the team. But he's got to get it together on the field. And Byron Jones has been in a dare I say a little bit of a slump as of late. So that's something, especially going up against a quarterback like this. Byron Jones we're gonna really need him to be on point. And if there was ever a time for a redemption game, so to speak, it is right now going up against the Rams in the playoffs. And our pass rush, DeMarcus Lawrence, the Cowboys put out a finish this fight video for him. Also featuring Jalen Smith, that was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest that you go and watch it. But here's the thing. I would definitely say that I don't know why this thing keeps falling. I would definitely say that I believe that our defense can hold up, especially if Zeke is running the ball well. Statistically, this year, the Rams have not fared very well stopping the run. We know they have Gurley. We know they have Gurley. We know all these things. Seattle was the number one rushing team in the league prior to our game last week. and we held them to 73 rushing yards total. Um, Chris Carson had like 25. I mean, it was ridiculous what we did to hold the off number one rushing offense in the league to under 100 yards, under 75 yards of rushing yards. Um, is amazing. Um, and you know, Russell Wilson and that whole high-powered offense, even with the 75 yards right at the end, didn't crack 300. I thought that was great. I thought that was a testament to everything our defense is and has become. And then if you look, even against Drew Brees, we held arguably the league's leading MVP candidate to 10 points, and statistically his worst outing yards wise in his entire career, going all the way back to when he was in San Diego. So I definitely think that we can. And there's people that's actually talking about that Drew Brees um, may have actually lost his MVP spot because of that game. Because people are saying things like, you know, if you're a quarterback and you want to be MVP and you want people to talk about you like you're the best, you're going to have to go out there and beat elite defenses. Um, So if Drew Brees does not get MVP, people are going to be looking at that Cowboys game, and our defense is going to be a big reason why he doesn't get MVP. And that, guys, that is fucking saying a lot. Um, you know, you look back at all the history of the Cowboys defenses over the years. 41st down, 700 yards of total offense to the Saints. There was a year that we only got like 5 or 6 turnovers, I think, for the entire year. It was, and yes, most of those were Romo's years. But statistically, over the last, but for sure, at least as long as I've been a fan, our defenses have been pretty bad. So just the fact that we can get on here and talk about our defense like this and say those types of things, where if Drew Brees doesn't get MVP, our defense and what we did to him will be the sole reason why. I think that's pretty fucking awesome. Now that's not hatred on Drew Brees. That's not a slight on Drew Brees. That is because I have the utmost fucking respect for Drew Brees. That I'm saying that. I love Drew. I think he's been snubbed a lot in his entire career. He's the only member of the 500 touchdown club that hasn't won an MVP. And I hope he does. I hope he does get it this year. But people are talking all over ESPN, CBS Sports, Fox, NBC, ABC, FS1. You know, pretty much all the sports networks are saying that if Drew Brees doesn't get MVP this year, all the fingers are going to be pointing at that Dallas game and what our defense did to him. Like I said, you know, we held number one rush team in the league. You can't overstate possibly how amazing our defense has been all year, but especially how amazing they were in those 2 games against the Saints and then against the Seahawks in the playoffs. To hold the best rushing team in the league to basically under 75 yards of rushing offense is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyrone Crawford. You know, can't say enough about our pass rush. We actually have a pass rush now. And guys, I'm just telling you right now. And if you're not a Cowboys fan, if you're a hater for it, you can hate me if you want. I really don't care. Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch are the best linebacker tandem in football. Bar none, prove me wrong. That's it. They may not be the best individually. They may not be the best individually, but they are for damn sure the best as a duo. The things they do together, the way that they patrol sideline to sideline and fly to the ball. Guys, Leighton Vander Esch was a rookie, and he came in because Sean Lee was hurt, and he pretty much got the emergency call is basically what it was. Hey, Sean Lee can't go. We need you to step in. And pretty much ever since then, he's been so dominant that we were talking, should Sean Lee even start when he is healthy? It was like the Romo thing with linebackers now. Um, Sean Lee has been such a force for us outside of the fact that he can't seem to stay on the field. Uh, you would never think that would be a debate. Sean Lee is healthy. Of course he starts. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? But we were talking about that. And now Sean Lee, he's not starting. So I think that you can say what you want about a lot of things, but I think to just completely dismiss this defense, which some people are still doing after everything that they've done this year, is it's simply stupid, really. So all of that being said, I think that the Cowboys can win this game. I think that the Cowboys will win this game. And I'm going to do you one better. I think that the Eagles are going to shock the shit out of the Saints and the world on Sunday, and Dallas is going to be hosting the NFC Championship. As much as we all hate them, and as much as we all, I know, don't want to, we all need to cheer for the Eagles on Sunday, because that is the only way that we're going to have another home game in the playoffs. And the fact that we have not played in the NFC Championship since the last year we won the Super Bowl, I believe, in 1996. The last time we went to the NFC Championship, we won it and went to the Super Bowl and won it. So all of that being said, not only that, but we have we have a home field advantage now, guys. I don't know if you're feeling it, and I know it doesn't apply to this game, but if we win this game and the Eagles win their game, then Dallas is hosting the NFC Championship. And they did the whole whiteout thing. Everybody wear your white jerseys for the Seattle game. Nick Eatman, DallasCowboys.com staff writer and radio analyst, said that it felt more like a college-type atmosphere than an NFL game. Pete Carroll said that it's one of the hardest environments that he's ever played in after that game. So our fans are loud. Our fans are showing up in storms. And this LA game is going to kind of be sort of a de facto home game for us. At the absolute worst, it's going to be a neutral site. But this is not a road game in the traditional manner of what you would think a road game. Oh, they got to go into Seattle. Oh shit, they got to go into fucking Arrowhead. California, and specifically Los Angeles, is chock full of Cowboy fans. They are going to show up. They are going to be loud. They are going to be proud. And we might just see a couple of false starts and misread snap counts from the Rams offense because of how loud the crowd is, because of all the Cowboy fans in the crowd. We are a far removed from the season opener of 2014, where we played the 49ers, and it was pretty much just a sea of red in there, and people were making fun of us, right? And then we paid them back by going to the playoffs. But yeah, if we can get past the Rams, and I think we will, and then if the Eagles get past the Saints, we're hosting the NFC Championship game. And I really do feel that this is different. This team is different. This year is different. We have a home field advantage now. I'm going to tell you this right now. If we win against the Rams and the Eagles beat the Saints, it's over. Because we are not losing that NFC Championship game at home. And I know what people say. It's hard to beat a team. It's hard to beat a team twice, much less 3 times. But I believe the last time that we played a team 3 times in the same year was the Eagles in 2009. And we beat them all 3 times. In fact, I'm pretty sure we played them week 17 and then turned around again and played them in the first round of the playoffs. So, and then, because that was revenge, if you remember, 2008 was 44-6. I still have fucking nightmares about that game. I didn't even watch the game. I was in the military at the time. I was driving back to base. I had the game on the radio. And as much as it was pissing me off, I left it on. And it just seemed like every 5 seconds, touchdown Eagles, touchdown Eagles, touchdown Eagles. Oh my God, we had to win this game to get into the playoffs, and you just get embarrassed. But we like I said, we are far removed from that team. We are far removed from that environment and people laughing at, oh, the Cowboys don't have a home field advantage. They got a better record on the road than they got at home. Not anymore. We got a home field advantage now. Our fans are showing up, and like I said, the Rams game is pretty much a home game for us anyway. Kind of got off topic from the defense there, but if there is one person or one entity or one unit or one group that loves a loud crowd, it is a defense. Not only our defense, but just any defense in general just gets that crowd noise just pumping through their fucking veins, and it just makes them feel like Superman and the Hulk, and like they can stop anybody. And we can. We actually can. The thing is with us, it's not an illusion. Our defense can stop anybody, and they have proven it. That's the reason why I was not afraid to go to New Orleans. If the Saints beat the Eagles, which I have predicted that they won't, but if they do, I will not be scared at all to go to New Orleans because I believe that we can do it. I believe that being at home was a factor. I don't believe that the game would happen exactly the same way. New Orleans probably score more points. Not more points than us, but more points than they scored last time. But like I said, our defense travels, and they have proven that. So pretty much with everything, just to answer the simple question, can the Cowboys defense hold up against the Rams? Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely yes. You gonna make me do the Daniel Bryan thing? Yes, 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 yes. Those of you that don't watch wrestling. That's all I got, guys. This is there's something different about this team this year. I feel it in here. And I don't know who's going to stop us. I really don't. You know, and if we lose, you guys know me. I'm a man of my word. I will eat my crow. If I'm an honorable man, if I come on here and say we're going to win the game, if we don't win the game, then I will come on here and I will say that I was wrong. But just with our defense playing the way that they're playing, I believe that even though Jared Goff is good, not to take anything away from him, not to call him a scrub by any means, but Drew Brees is miles better than Jared Goff. And you saw what we did to him. And Todd Gurley is obviously better than Chris Carson. Some people would debate that he's better than Zeke. I don't know that I would go that far. But if Todd Gurley is healthy, the Rams always have a chance. And but still, Seattle, maybe not individual running back wise, but team wise, they're the #1 rushing team in the league. And we held them to 73 yards. We held Chris Carson to 25 or so. So our defense is let me look at the chat real quick because somebody got a question, and then I will get out of here. Do you feel bad? No, because 2 reasons. South of Heaven, 2 reasons. Number 1, I was here earlier in the year. I made a video, I'm pretty sure every week or almost every week when we ended up 3-5. Actually, I missed a few of the wins in the winning streak after we turned it around after we got Cooper. So that's number 1. Number 2, I've been on for 8 years. People that know me know that I'm not a bandwagon. They know that if it starts for me, if I am able to be here, I am always going to be here. I take you back to 2015. Those videos aren't up anymore. That channel has since been deleted. But video almost every game in 2015-12. I only missed 2 games on camera, and the games that we won. So I was here on camera for 12 losses and 2 wins. And I've been on here for 8 years. People that have been watching me, know that that's not the type of guy I am. I've been uh, my personal life, it hasn't always been easy or practical for me to be on here. But I definitely was not going to miss this. Um, so think of that what you will, say what you will, what you want to about that. I really got nothing else on that. I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to defend my fanhood. Um, so yeah, that's really all I got. Um, I don't wish you personally meant anything bad by that, but there are people have came at me with that same type of question that have meant bad by it, that have had bad intentions behind it, like they're gonna try to expose me or something. Like I've been on here for 8 years, bro. Like you know me. Come on, you know that's not who I am. I can be here, win or lose. I'm going to be here. Like I said, 2015, I was here for 2 wins and all 12 of the losses that we suffered. I only missed 2 games out of 15, and they were both games that we won. So, um, anyway, all that being said, I have made my point. I've been talking for 21 minutes. Answer the question: can the Cowboys defense hold up against the Rams? Yes. Like I said, we can, we will, and there's going to be a lot of shocked people this weekend, but to be one of them. I am not going to be one of them. I am going to be one of the people that comes on here and says, "I told you so." Even to some Cowboy fans who, for some reason, are already writing this off as a loss. Like, you do realize he stopped Drew Brees, held him to 10 points in his worst yardage outing of his entire career. You do realize we just held, literally just last week, just held the #1 rushing offense in the entire league to 73 yards, not even 100 yards as a team. Didn't let them, even with Russell Wilson at QB, get to 300 yards of offense for the entire game, even with 75 yards right at the end of it. They still didn't hit 300 yards. I believe in this defense. I believe in this team. I believe in our quarterback and running back. Our offensive line has really come together. I believe in our our coaching staff. I shouldn't say that. I don't believe in Linehan so much, but I believe in Garrett. I do. I believe in Garrett because this team believes in Garrett, and they fight their asses off for him. Like I said a couple of videos ago, even if he's not the greatest master at the X's and O's, this team plays for him and then busts their ass for him and kills themselves to win games for him. And that cannot be replaced in a coach. That is not something that you can teach. You either have that or you don't. And Jason Garrett has this team wrapped around his finger, so to speak. And they will lay down their football lives for him if the game should come down to that. So that's all I got. Like I said, storyline, Jared Goff versus Cowboys defense. Don't buy into what ESPN and all those other boys are trying to sell about Gurley versus Zeke. This is about our defense, and they're going to show that on Saturday night. So